the summary. Always have your own summary. Know the main points at your fingertips and then look at the options. Socrates held that one of the key missions of philosophy was to ward off our fear of death. Upon his own death by self-imposed hemlock, he claimed to be looking forward at long last to discovering whether there was an afterlife. Montaigne wrote an essay called To Philosophize is to Learn How to Die, in which, as elsewhere in his essays, he argues that far from putting death out of mind, we should keep it foremost in our mind. The knowledge of our inevitably forthcoming death, goading us on to better live our lives. So, two philosophers and their views on death. Socrates said that a key mission of philosophy, an objective of philosophy, was to ward off the fear of death, was to drive away the fear of death. Okay. Second, Montaigne says that don't keep death out of your mind. Focus on it. The knowledge that death is inevitable and we're going to face it sometime will goad us, push us to better live our lives. These are the 2 points. Which of the options does that? Socrates and Montaigne both believed that we should not be afraid of death. Afraid of death is only Socrates. Montaigne's views were a little different. Keep death in your mind, foremost in your mind. That should be your focus of thought, so that you live life better, knowing that one day you're going to die. So this is oversimplifying and just conflating the views of both the philosophers. Socrates believed that philosophy aimed to remove the fear of death, and Montaigne argued that learning how to die means learning how to, he didn't tell us to learn how to die. He said focus on death. Keep it in your mind all the time so that you can live your lives better. But he didn't say learn how to die. So this has misrepresented Montaigne's views. B is not the answer. Socrates and Montaigne didn't fear death as shown through their lives. It did not say. One said drive away. The purpose of philosophy is drive away fear of death. But that does not mean they were not afraid of death. Right? So C is wrong. Now let's see how D is correct. Socrates believed that philosophy could remove the fear of death. The main objective of philosophy was to remove the fear of death. He believed it could do it. Montaigne argued the utility of keeping death in our minds. Why do you keep? What is the utility of keeping death in our minds? You lead better lives. Therefore, D is the correct answer.